We finally had the chance to play Star Wars Battlefront. So today Gameranx wants to bring you 10 new things we learned from the Star Wars Battlefront beta. Number 10, the vehicle power-up spawn is where you want to be. On Hoth specifically, but I assume other levels with walkers. Air superiority is the name of the game. You need to have pilots in the air because ATSTs go down in about 1 or 2 attack runs. On top of that, you can take down turrets like they're nothing. Essentially, you could have half of your entire 20-person team attacking something, and it wouldn't be as good as a single pilot attacking it. So what's the easiest way to deny the other side air superiority? Well, vehicle spawn points are always in the same place, so guess what? Camp a couple players out in a place that can easily snipe or attack people who are after the vehicle power-ups. Number 9, if you're the Imperials, TIE fighters suck. So if you can't block off that vehicle power-up spawn area, you need to be better pilots than the Rebels. TIE fighters do not have significant shielding, and while they're versatile, they aren't the best at anything, whereas the Rebels have specialized fighters with shields. They have the X-Wing, they have the A-Wing, and even though you can't pilot it, they have the Y-Wings as well. Meanwhile, you're driving around these things. So this stuff makes number 10 really important. But it's also important to know if you plan on engaging in the air, unless the Rebel pilots suck, you are at a disadvantage. Number 8, the Scyther rifle, which is the game's replacement for a sniper rifle, actually uses a different kind of projectile, which by the way is just basically justification to say it's a more powerful gun, unless you want to use their terminology, which makes it a kinetic weapon. Anyway, point is, people use the personal shield to grab uplink stations, or activate vehicles, or claim escape pods. The Scyther rifle goes through their shield. So people who are claiming something can be taken out really easily with a cycler headshot. And if you're playing drop zone mode, that is absolutely the easiest way to win. Don't let the other team claim anything. Number 7, you know how I mentioned the X-Wing and the A-Wing have shields? This is what gives them a massive advantage over the Imperials. On top of that, it also gives them ramming abilities. If you're using one of these 2 ships, and you're going head-on with a TIE fighter, you can almost every time directly ram it and survive. Same goes with ATSTs. And if an AT-AT is particularly low on health, you might be able to ram it and get away with it. Depending on if the other one's already been taken down, that could just mean an automatic victory. Number 6, this is much less a strategy thing than it is kind of a so you know. Now I don't know how and I don't know why, but as of right now on the PC, you cannot disable mouse acceleration. So if you're feeling like the aiming is a little bit weird, that's why. If you have a mouse that in the hardware can adjust the sensitivity, that's pretty much the only way you can do that. This would be something that it would really be good if DICE addressed. Number 5, if you jump before using the jetpack, you will travel further. This is probably just simple physics, but after having played enough matches, it's obvious that not that many people really do understand that this can help a lot. You already have a little bit of height, but I also have a theory there's a little bit more going on. I think there are actually some physics that are calculated in as well, because it feels like you go a little bit further or a little bit higher than just the amount you jump. I think because you've used your legs for liftoff, the jetpack has an easier time traveling. Now that's going a little bit far into it, and I may just be imagining it, but just remember, jump before you use the jetpack. It works better. Number 4, the Imperials are camping out around the vehicle power-ups. What do? Get to the dish cannon. That dish cannon does the absolute best job against the walkers. I mean, it knocks out significant amounts of their health. You want to use these cannons on the ATST and the AT-AT. These are the absolute best. Like I said, if you don't have any power-ups or any air options, this is your best way to go. Number 3, Reddit user The Ubermedic went through and found more hero characters that you get to play as. Now, it's extremely obvious from the beta you get to play as Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. And in the trailers you see Boba Fett, so we know you can play as him. But after going through the files, he found that you can play also as Han Solo, Princess Leia, and the Emperor. Now there may be more, and this is a likely candidate for DLC as well. Now the interesting thing is there's actually probably some unique power for the Force-sensitive people, which gameplay-wise we don't know if affects Princess Leia or not. But we do know that canonically she is Force-sensitive. Han Solo isn't, so he probably just runs around with a gun. and shoots first. Number 2, remember how we said the best way to handle an AT-AT if you don't have any power-ups is the dish turrets? Well, if you do have any power-ups, the best way to handle an AT-AT is an Orbital Strike. An Orbital Strike is just a rain down of lasers that are extremely powerful and will either cripple an AT-AT or knock it out every time. If you have an Orbital Strike and don't use it on the AT-AT, what's wrong with you? That is the goal of the level. Stop the AT-AT. And finally, number 1, the spawn points on Hoth for the rebels are evil. They will often not even give you a chance to establish rebel territory before the Imperials invaded. This is one of the biggest reasons people are actually saying the Hoth level is unbalanced. Now think about it, the Imperials have walkers, and on top of that they also have the ability to get inside the rebel base and take it over without much resistance. Unless you get air superiority or an orbital strike power up, you're screwed kind of. So if your rebels on Hoth do those things, that's how you win. Anyway, we have had a ton of fun with Star Wars Battlefront, and it's a shame that the beta can't just go on forever. Fortunately, it's not very long until the full game comes out, and when it does, oh, you best believe we gon' play. Now, there's a lot of varying opinions on Star Wars Battlefront, and we're really interested in what you have to say, so leave us a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't already. We upload videos every single day, and the absolute best way to see them first is a subscription. We thank you a ton for watching this video, and as always, we will see you again next time here on Gameranx.